Salutations. I wanted to do a quick video and capture something. So here are the servers that I traditionally play on. So since I'm overseas a lot, I'll play on 1932 and 1931 because they are no ping, no ping servers. And so normally my ping is about 180. And I got levels, as you can see, I got level 60s on both servers. And both these servers have a unique player experience or player characteristics because you'll have the Russians, the Chinese, the Americans, and the Koreans on these servers. And 32 has more of a diverse mix, where 31 seems like it's mostly Chinese and Americans going at it. But so whenever somebody PvPs another group, like if the Americans wreck the Chinese get pissed and then DDoS the server. And I didn't really comprehend what DDoSing was. I had to Google it. I watched some YouTube videos that kind of explain the practices, and it's a shame. And apparently it not only plagues Conan, but it plagues all of the online games, and apparently it's pretty prevalent in the console universe as well. And it's just basically something that floods the server with information and makes it to where it's non-playable. And so, but my issue here is I've invested 100 hours, 200 hours, 300 hours in crafting, hunting, gathering, building structures, and I can't get on, and my decay timers are running out, and my stuff is disappearing, and I have to try 4 or 5 times a day, like to log on. I'm like, okay, it's 040. I'm not going to be able to get on. And I'll give you an example of what the typical scenario is. And so I try to log on. It says 040, and I'll just try to log on, and we'll sit here for a couple of minutes. And I know this video is not entertaining, but it'll shed some light on some of the player experience. And I don't believe this is a Funcom problem. I believe this is a G Portal problem. And maybe it's even an Unreal 4 engine problem, because I know when you play massive multiplayer games like ESO or World of Warcraft or any of these other games, they don't get DDoSed. They don't get sabotaged the same way. And so as a consumer, as somebody who is paying money for a product, it's a little frustrating to spend a bunch of time into something and then have it to where basically you lose the functionality of your experience. Like, if I would have known that this was something that existed, I would have never started on this server. So this will share a little insight, but it's basically going to hang out here and then give me a non-availability. And another issue is I've posted on the forums and basically asked for help. I've posted on the forum several times, and I've been like, hey, this is an issue. It needs to be addressed. And what they'll typically do is they'll just deflect and then lock and close my form. And I'm super frustrated with the quality of moderation on the Funcom forums. Like, and I realize it might not necessarily be the Funcom employees. I believe that it is just the volunteers, because when you post something super critical, that is the trend, is just lock and block, right? They'll lock your forum, and so it's kind of like a state of denial. And that partly that is what has led me down the YouTube path, is, I want this shit fixed. I want it fixed. Um, I generally enjoy the Conan experience, and I want them to recognize that there are problems and try to address them. Um, and so this is what happens is the DDoS thing. And I know this is kind of a little bit of a ramble slash rant, maybe 10% complaining, but it needs to be addressed, and it needs to be. Um, and what's weird is it kind of pivots between both servers. Like I don't understand why it exists on part of the day on one server, and then it exists part of the day on the other server. I had even thought, well, maybe G Portal is splitting the assets. Like, even though they're hosting both servers, they're like, okay, well, we'll cheese it and give people access to the server for these 12 hours, and then give people access, because that. But what's weird is both populations. You'll see the same people on both of those servers. Same people with same names, and when the server goes down, all those people migrate on to 32, and when that server goes down, all those people migrate onto 31. And in the last week and a half, I've been able to get on twice, and I've noticed that some of the major players, like they had mega bases, maybe hundreds of hours in farming, and their stuff is gone, like completely gone. And so, and it was mainly the Koreans, like all of their stuff is gone. And so, it's kind of a shame that somebody spends that amount of time, buying the DLCs, participating in the community, and they're kind of shut down because somebody has some malice intent. I'm still waiting for this thing to load. I mean, as you can see. And so what it is, and I don't really know that this is what it is, but based off the community, being in group chat and people talking about the problem, in group chat, this is kind of what people say is going on. And so, I had my two thought processes, but I don't know, like, and it's been like this for weeks, maybe 2 months. And the one part is that the frustration is and there we go, lost connection with server. um yeah, like, why is this going on? And two, why when I post on the forums, Funcom is not addressing it. Anyways, I hope this sheds a little insight. I know this is kind of a complaint video, but there's something broken here. All right. Yeah. Hopefully this I don't know. All right, I'm out.